Hello everyone. Today we're going to have a very important story that tells people slow and steady win the race. That is a big clue for what it is. If you've guessed it, it's the hare and the tortoise. Behold, so this is my school book. It's entitled Tales and Play. So, first question. Is this a tortoise? That's not a tortoise. It says tortoise, but it's not tortoise. Second, behold. So next door, right over there, is Sammy's house. He does not live there, he visits there. So he's got a sister that lives there. She's called Paige. When she was little, she's 13. She looked exactly like that.
Wow.
Can you
I hope Paige is watching it.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I did tell her about the thing. So, if you are Paige, Paige that's 13 and lives in Wingate Way.
Mm-hmm.
So, is that you? Okay, so shall we just begin the story now? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So remember, slow and steady wins the race.
Mm-hmm. Let's go.
Once upon a time, some animals lived near the big meadow. Every day they would meet together and Hare would come jumping along to join them. Was there duck? Oh, there's him. Hare would dance and prance through the long grass, telling them all what a fine fellow he was. I'm the best runner in the land, he would boast. No one could win a race against me. The animals always turned away from Hare and took no notice of him. But one hot afternoon, Tortoise came crawling slowly out from behind his rock. I'm tired of listening to you boasting, said Tortoise, so I will give you a race, Hare. You, laughed Hare. Why, you are the slowest animal in the land. What sort of race would that be? A race like any other race, said Tortoise, and it can take place whenever you like. Oh no, I did not do that. The animals all cheered, and that noise awoke the wise old owl. If Tortoise wants to raise Hare, then he shall. Out, hooted Owl. I will start the race myself. You will go once around the track by the meadow, he said, past the willow tree and back to this tree. Hare jumped out onto the track and stood there waiting. The little mice scratched a starting line from the tree to the rock with their tiny paws. Tortoise crawled slowly down to the line. Take your marks. Get set. Hoot! Called Owl. Hare got away to a fine start. And I'm just going to speak in like in football, he goes, he scores! Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Hare got away. Hare got away to a fine start, and he was soon out of sight. Why am I having a race with the slowest animal in the land? He asked himself. I'm just wasting my time. Tortoise moved his legs slowly up and down as he plodded along. The sun is very hot, he said to himself, but my cell is keeping me cool. I will be able to walk all around the meadow today. Soon Hare stopped and looked behind him. He couldn't see Tortoise anywhere. I've got time to have a little rest, he said. Tortoise won't be here for hours. So Hare sat down to rest in the shade of the willow tree. He lay back in the cool green grass and watched the leaves move gently above him. His eyes began to close and his head began to nod. Very soon Hare was asleep. Look at the mice here. Look at her. I wonder what type of flower is that? Look at the willow.
Meanwhile.
What?
Meanwhile.
Oh. Meanwhile, Tortoise, who had been plodding steadily along, could just see the willow tree in the distance. The little mice came running up to him. Good news, Tortoise, they squeaked. Hare has gone to sleep. Tortoise smiled to himself and crawled just a little bit faster. At last he reached the willow tree. Very quietly, he crept past Hare and headed towards the finish line. The animals watched as Tortoise plodded on, getting closer and closer to the finish line. They began to shout, "Come on, Tortoise, you're nearly there. You're going to win." All the shouting and cheering woke Hare up. He couldn't believe his eyes. Then he saw Tortoise ahead of him. "I still have time to win," he cried, and he set off as fast as he could go. "Look out, Tortoise, Hare's coming," called the animals. Is it fair? Tortoise is only 1 foot, but you have to be all the way through. But they're cheering, Tortoise won. But
Do you want to read?
Owl looked down and he saw Tortoise put his foot over the finish line. He raced across, but he was too late. "Tortoise wins," hooted Owl, and the animal cheered. Hare left very foolish, and he crept away into the meadow. Oh, look at him, so sad.
Well, he probably stopped boasting after that, no?
"Oh, well," said Owl as he looked down at the animals. "Slow and steady wins the race."
Great.
As I said at the beginning, the moral of the story, if you don't know what it means as you're grown-ups, slow and steady wins the race.
So, do you think Hare will continue boasting after this? Okay. What do you think he's going to do?
Stop boasting.
What about other animals? Are they going to be friends with him?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think they'll forgive him for boasting?
Yeah. So,
How do you think Tortoise felt when Hare was boasting?
do you always have to talk when I'm talking?
No, but I think it's
So
interesting.
let me talk. Isn't it like so interesting? Like pages in the play.
It's over 10 minutes now. Love, we need to wrap up.
Okay, so we're just gonna skip all of this. This is first night. So there is a trick. The first three words at the beginning. Once upon a. Once upon a wins the race. Does that make any sense? Once upon wins a race. So
it's interesting wording, isn't it? So, thank you so much, Hedy. That was very interesting.
So please, can you subscribe?
Bye, night night.
Bye.